Greetings, my fellow YouTubers. This is a shot of whiskey, and no, I have not died from the beer that needs lime to be tolerable virus. So along with dealing issues of that virus, I've also had off and on moments where my son had a fever, and of course gotta be a responsible parent and take care of the child, because I don't want him to die. But, so yeah, that's the main reason why I haven't been making videos, is I've been dealing with sick issues, and of course, like most of us, I've been dealing with virus prevention, which for those of you who don't know or don't recall, I work as a custodian at a college, so I have to clean stuff. It's only just been recently that I've been temporarily declassified as essential personnel, so I've been home these past few days. Oh no, the horror. But it's only just been yesterday that I realized that it's been so long since I've made a video. So, here we go. Here's the video for you. This jewel of egotism comes from a website called ideapod.com, and it's titled 16 Reasons Most Men Can't Handle a Strong, Independent Woman by, I'm assuming that's pronounced Lachlan Brown. Now, yeah, this was written and posted almost 2 years ago, but honestly, the content, it's unfortunately timeless. Now, I would like to point out that IdeaPod is not some feminazi claptrap website. They've actually got a wide variety of topics that they talk about, including something that almost sounds MGTOW-ish, like this, written by Justin Brown just a few months ago. I'm 38 and happy being single. Here's why. Now, of course, he doesn't go into a lot of the reasons why many of us MGTOW are MGTOW, but it's enough to, at the very least, make it seem, how do I want to put this, gender neutral, for a lack of better words. So let's go ahead and get onto the actual article that we're going to be roasting. Oh, and if you guys do want to see that article, I will post a link in the description below. Strong, independent, and happy women seem to be everywhere these days. Now you'll notice that stuff there is blue. That's because on the actual page it takes you to another IdeaPod article that talks about being an alpha female and how it makes men all scared and stuff. Which is hooey. But anyways, going on. But for every woman that's got her stuff together, there's another woman in the wings waiting for her chance to shine. Okay. Whatever that means. What separates these two types of women? The strong from the weak, the meek from the bold, the happy from the unhappy. Wow, talk about being pompous. Independence. Strong, independent women who can rely on themselves to make their life what they want it to be are happier, more successful, and let's face it, we all look up to them. I want citations. So if you are looking to kickstart your life to the next level, consider what stepping outside your comfort zone into the unknown world by yourself might do for you and your life. Make it stop! Make it stop! Now, just for clarification, in the overall grand scheme of things, I don't entirely oppose the idea of women becoming strong and independent, so long as it's what that term should actually mean and not what some self-professed strong independent women thinks that it means. Let's also keep in mind something that a lot of us guys are probably aware of. Being a strong and independent woman oftentimes deters us men because we see them as being annoying, because they probably are annoying. So, but hey, let's go ahead and go through this list. You'll see that some of their points are actually pretty spot on. 1. She takes herself out for dinner. Don't feel bad for a woman sitting alone in a restaurant. And for goodness sake, don't assume she's waiting for a man to join her. Strong, independent women are perfectly happy to enjoy a good meal on their own. Taking it to the streets doesn't make her sad or starving for attention. It makes her confident. Now, of course, if you switch the genders around, that would make a lot of women probably giggle at the idea of a man enjoying himself by himself as really just being a sign that he's a pathetic loser. Now, as far as a woman doing this, the way that I see it is, it's not so much her being by herself, but it's how is she conducting herself? Like, does it look like she's actually having a good time, or does it look like she's so miserable that she's going to cry into her wine glass? That's what will tell me about whether or not that she's enjoying herself. But as for the whole strong and independent women thing, you know, again, Good on them. Number 2, she's always on the go. While she may have many men pining for her attention, maybe in her head, she's not sitting at home waiting on a single one of them. She's got too many places to go and people to see. She isn't checking her phone waiting for texts or calls from Mr. Right. She's out there loving life to the fullest. He'll catch up eventually. Okay, so problem with this, other than the delusion of many men pining for her attention, although I will give her credit, she does write may have. Here's the thing, usually women like that aren't really good partners for people. Well, men specifically, because that's the focus of this. And the reason why is when you're in a relationship, you do want to have time together. So if you're constantly doing stuff and they're constantly doing stuff, when the hell are you guys going to actually have an opportunity to have a relationship? What is the nature of the relationship? One person being like this is bad enough. Both, it's not a relationship.
What rule are we up to? Number 3.
Number 3, she likes to travel alone. Strong, independent women will tell you that the easiest way to become that way is to travel alone. She doesn't need a partner to have a romantic getaway. Oh God, we all know what that actually means. Whether it's a cross-country road trip or a European vacation, oh gosh. Seeing the sights on your own lets you ponder your thoughts, soak in the experiences, and not worry about entertaining others along the way. No, we all understand what this means, especially if we've ever listened to Tom Likas, especially regularly listened. This means she wants to have her fun. You know, the certain type of fun that I can't say in case there's a child nearby. We all know that's what that means. Now, if she wants to do this as a truly independent woman when she's not in a relationship, have fun. Go for it. Don't care. But if you're in a serious relationship, it shouldn't come off as a surprise if your partner, your significant other, might have a little problem with you traveling to another continent so you can soak in the experiences. Number 4, she breaks away from the crowd whenever possible. Crowds are akin to herds, and what does the herd do? The same thing. Strong, independent women break away from the crowds whenever they can because they know that the action isn't happening where the people are. It's happening where the locals are. Oh, God. This is especially true of high tourism areas around the world. Want to live a different life? Live it away from the crowd. Okay, so the title in and of itself makes it sound as if they're confusing a strong, independent woman with an introvert. Okay. But then there's this part right here about being where the action isn't happening where the people are. This is taken on the assumption that the strong, independent woman is on the road, obviously, but at the same time, depending on what she's traveling around for, that's kind of the same thing. I mean, so long as you're looking for action, right? What about if you're still in your hometown? Are you still trying to break away from the crowd, or what's going on there, ladies? Number 5, she leaves bad situations in the dust. Yeah, she probably created a good chunk of them, too. Whether it's a bad breakup or someone else's drama stealing her sunshine, oh God, talk about entitlement. A strong, independent woman will walk away from the drama and not think twice about it. She knows how to move on from a breakup. She's not about to let her happiness be tarnished by someone else's unhappiness. We each get to choose how we live. She chooses happiness. Okay, just that little last sentence, she chooses happiness. You know what? I have no problem with that. That's totally fine. But, gosh, listening to just the rest of it sounds so entitled, doesn't it? You know, like, we'll walk away from the drama and not think twice about it. Again, she probably caused it on some sort of level because of her strong independence, nag that so many of them are guilty of. Number 6, she buys herself gifts. While it's great to get gifts from people, happy and independent women often reward themselves for hard work and treat themselves to something special. After all, the longest relationship we'll ever be in is the one we're in with ourselves. Okay, that's a good point. She doesn't need a man to give her gifts. Shouldn't we treat ourselves with kindness and love the way we would want others to treat us? Oh God, what a pompous bitch. Alright. They're not gifts if you're getting them for yourselves. Rewards, I can kind of understand depending on what you're rewarding yourself for. But all in all, so what? That doesn't really make you a strong, independent person. I mean, women who cling on to men like lovesick puppies will do that kind of stuff too. It's not unique to strong, independent women. Number 7, she doesn't need a boyfriend. She wants a partner. Even happy and independent women want someone to love. But women like this don't want just anyone. They want someone who will see them as their equal and respect that they have their own life to live. Oh, God. Have their own life to live. Well, then what's the point in having the partner, then, if you want your own life to live? The idea of the partnership. Call it a boyfriend or a partner, whatever you want. Although it is kind of a little confusing that you seem to want to think that they're two different things. You gotta have part of your life be involving that person. Otherwise, it's not a partnership. Okay? I don't get how you don't understand that, but you know what? Hey, you're a strong, independent woman. Maybe you'll figure it out someday. Number 8. She knows her worth.
Also, I think I'm better than all of you. Oh no! What am I saying?
Even if you don't see it, she knows what she brings to the table, and she is not about to let anyone tell her different. Some will love her for it, and some will hate her. But she doesn't care either way. See, here's the thing. Usually these women who are so strong and independent, they think that they're something special when they really aren't. So they're kind of deluding themselves about their own self-worth. Now, they can be spot on in certain situations. I'll give them that. But as far as partnership, they really have no idea.
I knew you guys wouldn't know the difference because I'm better than you! Sorry! No, I'm not!
Number 9. She doesn't put up with moo-poo from people. Whether it's her nitpicky sister-in-law or her boyfriend, she's not going to take it from anyone. Life's too short to let others dictate how she gets to live her life. Woo-hoo! And you see, part of that means, for a lot of these strong and independent women, it means being quick to anger, quick to end relationships with people, and I mean all sorts of relationships, and basically just being, well, annoying, unbearable. It's this type of personality trait that makes it to where it's hard for these strong and independent women to catch and keep a potential partner. Oh, and as for this link that's down here, yeah, it's about as bad as you think. Number 10, she can spoil herself. Strong, independent women like to buy their own things and show the world that they don't need anyone to buy it for them. Sure, it might look like extravagant spending to some, but it's self-love through and through, and oh my gosh, this is exactly like the same type of nonsense they were spouting off with number 6.
Perfect! This is just what I needed! Why are you buying more clothing? We can barely carry what we have!
Number 11. She's happy to pay the bill. Dinner with friends? Sounds great. She's happy to pick up the tab for a meal for friends. She's got her act together and likes to take care of those around her. Funny enough, this can often make a man insecure. Citation needed. Most men would probably be fine with it, especially if it's a case to where it's dinner with friends. You're conflating two different things because you know for a fact that your argument is weak. Number 12. She doesn't hang around with needy people. Yeah, neither do strong, independent men. Clingy, needy people are not on her radar because she put them out of her life. Strong, independent women have relationships that feed the soul, not suck the life out of them. Again, no different with strong, independent men. Oh, and I have no idea what that links up to. I didn't really care enough to look. Number 13. Her goals come first. Regardless of who may be in her life, a happy woman is putting her goals above all else. She won't pander to others who need her attention because they can't get their own act together. Oh my gosh, talk about a self-absorbed princess. Alright, look, let's put this in a very simple terms, lady. Let's say that you and I are in a relationship. I don't care if you have goals. In fact, cool, I might even help you out with them. But you see, here's the thing. If your goals, if your life interrupt my pursuit for goals, then we have an issue. Just like if my life and my goals were somehow a hindrance to yours. But you know what? That tends to happen with relationships. People tend to have their goals, their life ambitions, their whatevers, tend to take a negative hit when they're in relationships, especially if they're kind of young and just starting off. Now let's take this fictional scenario to the next level, and let's say that you and I have at least one child together. You know why they don't have their own act together? Because they're children. They don't know how yet. Your responsibility as a parent, which yes, this does include me too, is to help guide them through life towards their goals, among other things, such as teaching them basic human decency, protecting them, and stuff like that. Yeah, we're supposed to be helping them out with their goals, to help them prepare for the future as adults. And if you're really going to put yourself above your children, that says everything to me. You do not deserve love at all, except maybe from your cats.
I truly have nothing in this world without the love of my sweet, 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 sweet kitties.
Number 14, she knows what she wants, or does she? Whether she shares her dreams with the world or not, she knows that she has the right to go after what she wants. Strong, happy, independent women know what they want in life and are willing to go after it no matter what. Okay, so let's ignore the not very likely, incredibly ridiculous things. You know what? Go for it. We're not trying to stop you. Have fun, do well, yada yada yada. Same thing applies to men though. A lot of us know what we want, and we should be allowed to go after what we want. Number 15, she doesn't need anyone. You might think a life of solitude is lonely, but an independent woman doesn't have to spend her life alone. She chooses to do so until the right person comes along. She's an old soul. Oh, give me a break. If she doesn't need anyone, then why are you writing an article about men not liking to be with an independent woman? You know, isn't that kind of a good thing? Let the woman be herself until she's ready? And you know what? Same thing applies to guys. A lot of us want a life of solitude. What's so wrong about that? Oh, that's right, we're men. We have to be pursuing women, don't we? Number 16, she doesn't say she's sorry.
Sorry! You get me, I'll get you back!
Strong, independent women don't make apologies for being that way. They choose to live like that, just like you and I can live like that. If you don't like it, believe me, she doesn't care. And that's the problem. Look, I can understand not being sorry about certain things. I'm actually like that myself, depending on the situation. However, there's nothing wrong with understanding that sometimes because of your personality, it comes off the wrong way. Okay? And if you're not willing to apologize for things where you absolutely should apologize for, then you know what? You're not ready to be in a relationship. And this whole issue about men being insecure around you shouldn't even bother you. Because you shouldn't be with anyone. At all. You're a terrible human being if you actually adhere to rule number 16. Most of the stuff in here I can kind of understand and say that they apply to us guys as well. But number 16, that makes you a horrible human being. If men were doing this kind of stuff, you'd call them misogynist, you'd call them pigs, you'd call them the stain of humanity, or whatever other clever term you may think of because you think you're a writer. Well, I'm sorry, sister, but it doesn't work that way for women because it doesn't work that way for men. You want equality, that comes with negatives as well. Deal with it. Well, that's it for that nonsense. Now, I'm going to try to get this all edited and posted up before the end of the month. I do have a few other things that I want to do, and I'm hoping to get at least 2 of them out in April. But of course, things have been kind of wonky, plus I am trying to get my anime-themed channel up and running as well. I want to have that out by tax day. That's my actual goal. Oh, and that's something else that I've been doing, actually, is I've been binging a lot of anime in preparation for this anime channel. It's actually been kind of fun, some of the things I've been watching. But so anyways, peace out everyone, and please, please don't let the crown jewel of viruses get you, okay? Thank you very much. Goodbye.